Hello and welcome everybody to part 4 of my StarCraft Master Tutorial. I have already covered rounds 1 through 26, so today I'm just going to be covering a few more of these StarCraft Master rounds. Now I'm going to say from the start that the last 4 are really hard. It's actually going to take me quite a few tries to actually be able to do this, so I'm going to be splitting up this recording into multiple little segments and doing them individually, because I'll tell you, when you watch these, I'm just going to be showing the one time that I actually do it, but I'll tell you right now, the first time that I did these last ones, each one took me like, I don't know, anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour to do, just because they are ridiculously really hard. But I'm going to do my best to show you guys how to do the last few rounds of StarCraft Master. Let's get started. Okay, so here we are on round 27 called Moving Shot. The idea with this particular round is that these Marines are going to constantly chase your Banshee, and you have to kill all of these Marines with just your one Banshee with no cloak. So what you have to do is you have to take advantage of the fact that a Banshee has a range of 6, and Marines only have a range of 5, meaning that there is a small area where you can shoot a Marine, but they can't shoot you. The other trick to this is that your Banshee kind of has a slow acceleration. It kind of takes them a couple of seconds to get up to full speed, and once they are, you can move faster than the Marines. But once you stop to shoot, your Banshee kind of has to accelerate back up to full speed again. There's a couple of things that you can take comfort in, because at the beginning this is going to feel really super frustrating. The one good thing that you can always take comfort in is the fact that your Banshee, when going at full speed, actually moves quite a bit faster than Marines. So don't feel panicked when the Marines are chasing you. As you can see, I can just sit here and just run away from these Marines all day because I just move faster than they do. There are lots of rocks and debris around that you can kind of use to kind of mess with the Marines a little bit and make them kind of go around in funny, screwy ways. As for the actual stutter stepping and the micro of the Banshee itself, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. You can either do similar to the Marine micro, where you right click and then 1A, right click 1A. And let's see if I can actually get into a range where I'm actually going to be doing this. Alright, right click 1A, right click 1A, right click 1A. And I'm doing it badly here because I can't do it while I am talking. But the other way to do it, this way I'm actually really bad at this way, but some people prefer this method, where you right click, hold position, 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 and you're just going to keep doing that until you get them all. That's actually really hard for me. I prefer the 1A way, but whatever's most comfortable for you, try it out. Alright, let's actually give this a legit shot. Alright, let's go. So, the trick to this is keeping up your acceleration. That's like the hardest part of this, is you notice if my Banshee actually like comes to a full stop or turns or starts to fly backwards, that's when I really encounter problems. That's when I really start to get shot by the Marines, because to get my acceleration and my momentum moving back forward again is like the hardest part. The Banshee acceleration is actually pretty slow, and so you need to be really super careful. Also, after a while, you're going to find that certain sides are better than others. For example, for me, moving along this left side where I can't see the Marines, it's really difficult, so I don't even bother trying to shoot them here. I'm just going to only shoot when I can see the Marines, and on the sides where I feel comfortable doing this. Oh, geez, what did I just do? Alright, things are looking pretty good right now. I've got about 5 more shots in me. Marines do 5 damage a shot, I believe, or no, 6 damage a shot, I'm sorry. So, I can take about 6 more hits safely here. I'm just taking my time right now. It's more important to stay alive, especially when I'm this close right now. No need to rush at all. And it looks like, bam, that's gonna do it. Whew, not too bad. That took me actually about 6 or 7 tries. Not too bad. This one's going to be really hard. This one is ridiculously hard, so take your time. Just do it over and over and over. I promise your Banshee micro will get better, and then you're going to be able to just own noobs on ladder. Let's move on to round 28. Okay, so here we are in round 28, called Dead-Eye Ghosts. The idea with this one is that you've got a group of Marines and Ghosts, and Lings and Banelings are constantly going to be spawning out of these grayed out areas up here in the north. So what you're going to do is your Marines are going to be able to handle the Zerglings just fine, but the Ghosts are going to need to use their snipe ability on the Banelings. So the button for snipe is R, so you're basically just on every Baneling that pops out, you're just going to hit R click, R click, R click, R click. Let's give it a shot. We're going to start by pulling everything back to this back wall so that they can't get a good surround, and I'm just going to start hitting R click, R click, R click. Ooh, I don't want these Marines to take damage. If they take damage, that's actually bad. And just R click, R click, R click every Baneling if you can manage it, and I missed one, and that is probably going to spell the end of me. Nope, looks like I'm actually going to complete it. So it looks like there is a little bit of room for error in there, but it's just going to be kind of a little bit luck-based, a little bit based on your mouse accuracy. But if your mouse accuracy is decent, this one is actually not too bad. But we're now going to move on to round 29, which is a little bit harder. Okay, so round 29 is called Let's Dance, and this is a level where you basically have to kill 2 Zealots with only 3 Marines. Now that seems ridiculously hard, and there are lots of actual different ways of doing it, but I'm going to tell you this one which I found to be most easy. It doesn't work every single time, but if you just do it, I would say it'll probably work within, I don't know, about 10 tries. What my method is that you're going to select the left Marine, you're going to hold shift, and you're going to select the right Marine. So you're selecting these 2 outer Marines. Once these Zealots start moving towards you, you're going to let these Marines get a few shots off on these Zealots so that they build up a little bit of aggro. Just make it so that these Zealots really hate these outer 2 Marines and don't feel like going for the middle Marine. Then you're going to right click back to about here. You're going to hold shift, and you're just going to right click, right click, right click, right click, right click, and make a big circle around the center Marine so that these 2 are constantly running away from these Zealots while the middle guy is constantly shooting at them. The only one thing that really causes problems with this method is that if you happen to click a little bit too close to this Marine and these Zealots get close to this Marine within hitting distance, they will actually switch from the moving Marine to the center Marine. So let's see if I can do this. Okay, outer 2 Marines selected. Let them get a little bit of aggro here, and then back them off, and let's run them in their nice big wide circle. And oh no, I actually issued an attack command, which is not good. You don't want any attack commands, if possible. But it looks like this circle so far is looking pretty good. My Marines aren't taking too much damage. That guy's getting a little low. And once that guy's low, then I can use 2 Marines to focus that guy. And oh, now we just have to run with this one guy while the other one shoots. And that should be that. Ta-da! Challenge complete. Moving on. Okay, so here we are at round 30 called Untouchable. This round is so maddeningly frustrating. I'm going to tell you that straight up front. This one took me about an hour and a half to do. Well, maybe not that long, maybe about an hour. But it took me a ton of tries to get this mission. What you're going to be taking advantage of is the fact that siege tanks, when they shoot, their damage is instantaneous. You don't see a rocket fire across to hit the stalkers. Nope, they just shoot and damage is dealt to the stalker. Whereas stalkers, they actually fire projectiles. You'll see the laser come out and move across, and this siege tank doesn't take damage until that laser hits the siege tank. So what I can do is take advantage of the fact that as those lasers are coming towards me, I can lift the siege tank up into the medevac, and those missiles will just hit nothing at all. They'll just hit air and no damage will be taken at all. There are a couple of really important things to know here. First is that this medevac has to be on hold position. You have to put this thing on hold position, otherwise when it takes damage it's going to start to run away and then your siege tank won't be able to load into it. Now, the sequence of keys that you're going to be hitting is, as it starts, you're going to be hitting H to hold position for both of your units. Then, as soon as you see lasers coming at you, you are going to right-click on the medevac, and that will make the tank load up into the medevac. Then you're going to hit D for unload. Oh, it's not showing right now. D for unload, and then you're going to left-click on the medevac. That's going to drop the tank. Then you have to select the tank again, right-click the medevac, D-click the medevac, select the tank. Right-click the medevac, D-click the medevac, select the tank. And you're just going to keep doing that over and over and over again. It is maddeningly difficult to be able to do, but try practicing it without actually being in the level. So I'm actually going to go and do that for you guys real quick. Okay, so I have just loaded up the unit testing map. I think if you just search for unit test solo, it'll come up. This is basically just a map where you can just have all your tech available to you and you can just make whatever the heck you want. And so we're just going to use this real quick to practice the siege tank lifting and dropping. So super slow. Here's what you're going to do. As it starts, you're going to hit H to hold position, right click the medevac, D, left click. Grab your siege tank, right click, D, left click, grab. Right click, D, left click, grab. And you're just going to repeat that over and over and over again until you can do it pretty quick. And then once you're able to do this really fast, you can then jump into round 30 of StarCraft Master and you can start to work out the timing that you need to really be able to avoid those stalker shots. So let's do that. Alright, now we're back in StarCraft Master with round 30 loaded up, and I'm not actually going to be talking at all while I do this. I don't claim to be better at this than anyone else. There are people out here who can do this without taking any damage at all on either the siege tank or the medevac. I am not nearly that good. I'm pretty much like you guys. I just do this over and over and over till I get lucky enough that it actually works and I start to work out the timings just slowly over time. So that's what I'm going to be doing right now. Let's give it a shot. Here we go. Hold position, hold position, hold position. Ta-da! Challenge complete! Oh my god, that was so close! So as you can see, you can definitely afford to take a few shots. The best thing to do is to really watch the stalker timing. Every time a shot comes, allow yourself to take a shot and then dodge a shot. You can kind of wait and you can kind of judge it once you kind of get a hang of the actual mechanics of doing the dropping itself. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually did that. I actually did it on like the third try, but I forgot to hit the record button before I started. Don't get me wrong, this level is really hard. If you guys are sitting here doing it for over an hour and still like not getting it, just keep trying. I promise it gets better over time. Take a break, close it down, come back maybe the next day, and I promise it'll be a lot easier once you start to get a feel for the mechanics of it. Then kind of learning the timing of the stalkers is not too bad, and you do have some wiggle room in that, as you can see, your medevac and siege tank can take quite a few hits. So I hope this tutorial was helpful for all of you guys. If it was, please hit that subscribe button. If you want to see all those previous parts, you can check out parts 1, 2, and 3 for all the previous levels. And that's pretty much going to do it for me, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it helped some of you.